Hey, good morning, everyone. It is Tuesday morning. I'm meteorologist Josh Stone in for John Scalzi today. He has the day off, and we're looking at our radar right now. There's a few scattered showers, even some rumbles of thunder here, well offshore the peninsula, off of southwest Florida. And in the open waters of the Gulf of Mexico right now, the Suncoast looks pretty quiet as far as rainfall goes. Nothing to show you other than a few sprinkles here in DeSoto County and Highlands County, which is outside our viewing area. But other than that, everything looks quiet up and down the Suncoast at this time. This graphic will change later on this afternoon, much like what we saw yesterday with heating of the day and the sea breeze convergence that will ignite a few storms, and then those storms will track towards the coast. 77 degrees right now outside, humidity at 94%, not much of an easterly wind at 8 miles per hour. That's going to be the case today with that dominant upper level easterly wind. So increasing clouds today with the heating of the day. That will happen in the afternoon. Then the afternoon storms will get going, lingering into early this evening and push offshore. And then there's going to be a change in our weather pattern as we get into later this work week and into the weekend. Right now we have dry air above the peninsula, shows up in tan on our water vapor imagery graphic. And that's going to limit any sort of widespread shower activity for this afternoon. Few areas of high pressure, but we'll concentrate on the ones here that are to the north and east of our state. They rotate clockwise, so the winds around them are clockwise flow, and that's why we're going to experience this easterly, northeasterly wind, thanks to these areas of high pressure to our northeast. Okay, so when the sea breeze gets going, like it does every afternoon, it's going to come in off the Gulf of Mexico, but it's fighting that easterly wind around these areas of high pressure here, okay? So these easterly winds are going to win out. So the sea breeze convergence is going to be held close to the coastline of the west coast of Florida, and that's why those showers and storms will get going close to the coast, and then the easterly upper level steering winds will blow these storms from east to west. You can see this on the Futurecast, what happens. Heating in the day takes place, sea breeze convergence, and then we have, boom, these storms just appear. Could be heavy times with some gusty winds and also some lightning strikes, but around 5:30, 6:30, the storms would get going, and then as you can see, they move westward and offshore, and then things start to die down. All right, let's talk about the tropics. Really only one thing happening in the northern Atlantic, and that's this. National Hurricane Center has this disturbance, about a 50% chance of becoming something stronger than it is now, but it is moving towards the north and eventually to the northeast and over cooler waters. We don't have to worry about that. All right, for the beach goers and boating forecast, easterly wind at 10 knots, becoming west in the afternoon at 5 knots. Sea is 1 to 2 feet with a light chop in the bays. Temperature at the beach today will be 91 degrees, water temperature 87, but just remember, we have some issues with red tide, so if you're going to the beach today, plug your nose. Smell of dead fish is not very pleasant. 93 will be our high today. The average is 90. Yesterday we topped out at 94. So it's going to be another warm one today. Heat index could actually be over 100 degrees, maybe 102, 103 degrees. But watch out for those late afternoon storms, especially sparking some lightning strikes. All right, so much of the same forecast for tomorrow. Then we go through a little bit of a transition on Thursday and Friday. Rain chance lessens, but remember that area of high pressure I showed you that was to the northeast of Florida? That's going to slip southward. Now the return flow around it still still clockwise, but the winds will be coming up from the southwest and the west, and those westerly winds, much like early last week and 2 weeks ago, we had those showers that developed in the morning hours, and then they refired inland. Well, that's what's going to happen here. Morning showers probably on Saturday and Sunday, and then they'll develop more inland and become more widespread inland.